Jordan!
Whoa, sorry. I was asleep. What do you need?
Dude, the Earth is 70% water and humans are 70% water.
Wow, speak on that.
Draw your own conclusions from that.
No, you elaborate.
So, like, the Earth is like 70% water, but like humans are also 70%.
I gotta get my notepad.
Jordan, you've always told me, as long as I've known you, that you want to get to know like American culture better.
Yeah, my 5 years didn't click.
No, and like, you know, you're just like really hoping to understand what it's like, especially to like be raised up in like the American education system.
Sure, because I've always wanted to learn a lot, like you'll do.
Yeah.
I want to learn about when we won a war and not any of the other ones.
Do you like the name of my playlist I put together?
Oh, perfect.
Have you ever considered like the feelings of like oil barons? A lot of people are like trying to advocate for this climate change stuff, and I think it really like tramples on the rights of oil companies.
Sure, because they want to have the money, though. Me, an arrogant lib, only operating within the boundaries of compassion and long-term thinking. I'm in my 20s, dude. Of course I want to think long-term. Oh, suddenly, let me shift into the crumbling body of a 75-year-old man with heavy investments in fossil fuels that's been lobbying for the destruction of the earth for, I don't know, like 5% increase in revenue. Oh, wow. Now who's privileged?
At least he can make his bag on his way out.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is pipeline safe?
I think we're going to find out, Jordan.
One of the very first things President Joe Biden did on his very first day in office was to cancel the Keystone XL pipeline. That wasn't an accident.
First Dr. Zeus, now the Keystone Pipeline. What won't he legally destroy?
Look at all these liberals.
I do find, like, conservative parodies of liberals, sometimes they're just purely in the realm of, like, let me guess, pronouns, pink hair, you know, then that's it. And then sometimes it's just like, of course they think a, like, 60s hippie is a millennial. Yeah. That's so incredibly out of touch.
Well, they have two 60s hippies. One, I guess, like, dude from Sacramento.
That's you.
No.
That's you and me at the front. That's just you and me, dude.
The Democrats and their environmentalist allies hate the pipeline. In the immortal words of Al Capone in the movie The Untouchables, they want it dead. And now it is. The company that was building the project has...
It was really cool of Nancy Pelosi to do this cameo for PragerU.
That was really kind of her.
That after 16 years of futile
What
effort,
is... Okay, well, we made a joke about their name. Can I have a go?
Yeah, I think we should each try to pronounce it.
Oh, that's mental. That's truly insane. Diana?
Good.
Fertgoat Roth. I found it.
I'm thinking Furchgott.
Furchgott? Is she gonna say it? Is she like, hey, what up, gamers? Me, Princess Diana Furchgott Roth.
What is a PragerU's? I am Diana Furchgott Roth.
Well, welcome to school.
I think PragerU should bring back the classic mommy makeout day prank from Prank Invasion.
Yeah, exactly. Their view count has been dropping with now that Dennis has stopped going to the hood for pranks.
rigorous studies by the Obama administration, in which Joe Biden served as vice president, concluded that the pipeline would not create an environmental hazard.
Hi, I'm almost Siri.
The oil is coming out of the ground no matter what. It's only a question of how it gets to where it needs to go.
The oil's gonna come out of the ground either way, so we might as well trample over indigenous land to go get that shit.
The left needs to start lying more. Because it's so effective. Because what do you even say to that? It might as well just be like, it's going to destroy the earth. No, it's going to be fun.
No, it's awesome.
You love Mother Earth so much, but you want to leave her full of oil? It's pretty mean.
The oil companies are like Dr. Pimple Popper for the earth. You know, just like,
yeah.
Kind of like really squeezing the oil out.
Lots of upside, almost no downside.
What is it? What is the downside? Almost no downside.
Almost none. They haven't talked about the downsides.
Because you said there wasn't one at all. You said it was going to get there anyway. So what was the was the salt outside of yours? What do you have
I
in
mean,
mind?
there's just that like little issue of like the indigenous land and like,
Dehousing.
That's why President Biden's antipathy towards the project is hard to understand. Maybe it's a safety issue. So let's look at pipelines from a safety perspective.
Can I ask, what do you think the ultimate thesis is? Because the prerequisite for a lot of these videos is, hey, here's something you might intuitively not like. Let's prey upon that intuitive sensation to push an agenda, right?
Yeah.
These videos are always predicated on, well, what do you kind of want to hear? And what's the most accessible and like pleasant way we can give that feeling to you? And now I can't help but think, what do I want to hear right now? Because you're saying to me, well, it's not all of these things. Could it be a safety issue? Could it be X or Y? Is the conclusion going to be, no, he's mean?
Yeah, Biden just shut it down because he is a slave to the left and they forced him to do it.
He's a prank lord as well.
Yeah, he's just pranking all of the oil industry.
The cokes.
Oil and gas have to be transported from point A to point B. To do this, oil producers have three choices: pipeline, rail, or road.
Or hand.
Fortunately, all three methods have low accident rates, but pipelines are clearly the safest. Here's why. They don't move. Trains move, trucks move, pipelines don't.
The wheels on the bus go round and round. I mean, we're truly reaching like rudimentary speaking to children content. Little cartoons and the train goes.
And I
The
don't think
bus
anyone's ever made the argument that like pipelines aren't safe and that's why they're bad.
Because they're moving around.
Because they're always moving.
When oil is in a pipeline, the pipeline stays still and the oil moves with little risk of accident. New technology makes it even safer. Pipelines can now be monitored for a leak the size of a pinhole.
So they do leak, though.
Right, sure. Pinhole and up.
Yeah.
Also, wow, what an incredibly sinister scene.
This is the shadow government. This is Shadow Moses.
This is your guys. These are the good guys. This is like, here's the cartoon of the hippie with values. And then here's a bunch of protagonists, just known as like the throat and the eye.
Another sign of a potential problem. Moving oil and gas safely around the continent is a big deal.
I love how they just like kind of slide her around.
I was just thinking that. I would love if there was like a wind effect, like a hair.
Yeah, and look, there she
For
goes.
example, the United States imports about 3.2 million barrels.
I can't stop thinking about it now.
I know.
If there was like a Doppler effect, pipelines.
They didn't actually, it's not actually an editing trick. She's just sitting on a block of ice, and they're just tilting the ground below her.
Wait, I want to destroy critical race theory.
The United States imports about 3.2 million barrels a day of crude oil from Canada alone. And, of course, it moves much more oil within its own borders. Petroleum production in the United States is about 11 million barrels a day. U.S. natural gas production is about 100 billion cubic feet per day. No matter how many net zero carbon mandates are passed, that won't change. It all has to go somewhere.
Does this lady think that like oil manufacturing is like part of nature and it's just happening
Yeah.
no matter what? We can't stop it.
Well, that's always the libertarian take, right?
Yeah.
Especially where it's like, well, it's endemic. There's nothing you can do. You just said it. It's institutional racism. It's already part of everything. All of these things are endemic to society, and there's really nothing you can do. Society we just woke up in a pair of jean shorts just one day on a beach. I just woke up like rust.
Yeah, and oil pipelines were already going, and like fucking fossil fuel industry was already there.
America has 190,000 miles of onshore and offshore petroleum pipelines.
Turn
Change
up!
that.
Just stop! Just don't do it anymore!
She literally is making the joke.
I know!
It's already in the pipeline.
God made the pipelines.
You can't just stop a pipeline.
Approximately 80% of crude oil and petroleum products are shipped by pipeline. Road and rail account for most of the rest, with tanker and barge making up a
Badge?
Bed.
What the fuck was that? Go back.
rest, with tanker and barge making
You know what it does? She sounds like she is like from like Southie or something. And she's just Southie and she's trying to hide it. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, and there's a bunch of pipelines in the bed. Go socks.
She almost sounds like like a text-to-speech doesn't fully recognize a word.
Yeah.
The majority of incidents involve road and rail, and when they do happen, they can be catastrophic. For example, in July of 2013, 47 people were killed.
What is this? I'm so confused.
She's like, oil fucked up this whole there's an oil tanker that leveled the whole fucking town and killed 50 people.
Yeah, look, our reliance on fossil fuels destroyed it, but not specifically in a truck, I guess. So
Yeah, the trucks are the bad part of fossil fuels.
this is like, is this a fight against the truck or train industry? This is so odd. Who did you think those hippies at the beginning were? They were like part of the like truckers guild.
Yeah, they were only anti-rail, those hippies.
Yeah, they were dressing up that way, ironically, to own the libs.
Natural gas transmission lines had a low average injury rate for operator personnel and the general public.
Low, but not none.
Low. I know, it's. You have to remember, the oil's going to come out either way, somehow, I guess.
Sacrifice yourself for the oil.
Just as natural gas transmission pipelines are connected with few injuries, they are also connected with few deaths.
Few, but not none.
The number of the times the word death has been said in this video is such a apt reflection of the problem.
She's literally talking in multiple instances. She's giving all the talking points that someone like you and I would need to talk about how fossil fuels and the entire industry is destructive and is paved with death. She's literally an oil taker leveled a Canadian town and burnt it to the ground.
But it wasn't a pipe.
This would have been solved if we just moved the oil differently.
We wouldn't have killed people directly today.
Barrels of fuel spilled per mile have shown a declining trend over the past decade. In 2010, 10 barrels were spilled per billion barrel miles.
As we know, pipelines, especially ones in the ocean, never spill.
What about spills? Shut up. Trucks are gay.
10 barrels were spilled per billion barrel miles. This declined to 7 barrels in 2020.
That is not a good decline. Only 3 in 10 years? That's
7.
Very consistent. Only 7 barrels of crude oil poisoned the land forever, per year.
Yeah, it's and then 3 years later the land was better, and it's it never even happened.
It's in our national interest to expand our industrial manufacturing base. Steel, auto, petrochemicals, and the like.
Electricity's invisible. These people know that? It can't spill either.
To accomplish this worthy goal, we're going to need a lot of energy, a lot more than we're projected to get from wind and solar.
No, that's so weird. And the take that it's it will generate more power. Yeah, we know.
Well, and it's funny too because they're oil generates way more than wind and solar, which is why I constantly advocate for less wind and solar production so it doesn't overtake oil. It's you just need to build more. There's not enough infrastructure to support it's not comparable.
It's because, and also you don't set the wind on fire. Because it generates more. It generates more heat as well.
So we got racist Andrew Garfield.
It's been a long year, okay? Premium gas for my Beamer is $6 a gallon now. We found out Dave Chappelle is an anti-trans bigot, and the homeless dude outside my apartment poops on the ground more than my dog Rocky does.
I mean, first of all, what the fuck is this tree?
Let's get into the real shit. What is that?
This is nuclear.
That's the fumes.
This is where those 7 barrels of oil a year go.
I am going to make sure that this year's holiday party isn't ruined by some knucklehead
Dude,
going
that
around
is
screaming
funny.
Merry Christmas to people.
Dude.
That is funny.
And that happens all the time in liberal cities.
What is the joke, by the way, that I put up? I represented other cultures, I guess.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Let's talk about a few quick announcements for this year's holiday party. Okay, we have a diverse staff full of all sorts of different people. We have Jewish people who celebrate Chanukah, right?
No, we're not gonna hire them. What's crazy? That's why we can't connect with this joke because I'm I'd hope so.
Well, it's funny because Dennis Prager is literally Jewish.
It's imagine studying.
We have atheists who celebrate nothing. Diwali, right? And Amla celebrates Kwanzaa.
I celebrate Christmas just like everybody else. Like,
Everybody else.
Right, that's the joke.
Yeah.
That's like, imagine if Kwanzaa was real.
And I'm offended that you assume that I celebrate Kwanzaa just because I'm black.
Listen, man, you don't know how oppressed you really are, okay? Now, let's get back on track.
Just do another take.
I know.
Just do another day. I mean, what is the cash burn on a day of shooting for the PragerU office? It's like $150 maybe.
Easy. I mean, and that's including lunch.
I know everyone was really looking forward to the white elephant gift.
Is the lapel mic in his turtleneck?
I know, I just saw that as well.
Hey guys, what's going on? Tell you what's cracking, guys.
But we all know that white is racist. So we're doing a rainbow elephant exchange, okay? And it's gonna be even more fun.
Sick.
Because what's more fun than having white people give gifts to minorities for reparations, right?
Dude, like who is saying this? They're just making up a guy.
I've never said anything even close to this. Like, I don't know what it's a parody of. This is just like if he just came out and he's like, hey, guess who's got thumbtacks to sit on like you guys love?
It's like all the conservatives keep passing around this like made up caricature of a liberal. Like, and don't get me wrong, I hate liberals. They're annoying and they are counter-revolutionary. But like, they don't act like this. Like,
It's really bizarre. And it also ignores what's more nuancedly annoying about them.
yeah.
There are jokes to make. Like, you have the free reign and plenty of things to make fun of for just kind of generically the left.
Yeah.
But not this. It's because they don't know anything about that. That's the problem. They're trying to make jokes about, like, sex on Tumblr at age, like, 14. It's like, oh, yeah, when you're touching the touching the breasts.
And it like kind of glues your hand to it and you gotta, you know.
And you get very scared.
Now, the most important part of any party is safety, obviously. So I know you all have heard of Elf on a Shelf, but have you ever heard
Oh, hell yeah.
of Fauci on a Couchie?
That's a good joke.
I do kind of like it.
That's a good joke. And the arts and crafts, excuse me.
Yeah, did they make this doll?
Special message for all you guys. Hey, I'm Dr. Fauci. Make sure you're wearing your mask and staying 6 feet apart. And if you don't, I'm gonna report
kinda
you
good.
to the government and make sure that you go on lockdown. So,
Hey,
everybody
hold
got
on.
the rules.
What was
Let's
that?
all sit.
What is going on at the bottom shelf?
Yeah, what the fuck? Do not
What?
use?
That's Dennis's lunch.
Like 7 gallons of milk and also 1 lactate.
mine.
So Will's been imposing all these rules that no one can celebrate Christmas, but he's not even following them. The other day, I'm walking down the hall, and he's writing a letter to Santa Claus on his lunch break.
What the fuck?
Could you have not just done it? Did that have to be in the effects budget?
They took a snapshot of footage.
They're not allowed to go on Google Docs because they have to use, what's it called? Pepe.gov or whatever. What's their search engine called again? Bullet data.
Bullet.info.
It's a still image. It's like
Yeah.
You know what happened, dude? You know what happened?
It was like overexposed.
Yeah, they messed up. They messed up the focus of the aperture, or something is shitty about the shot because they just had to full freeze.
But they couldn't cut the bit out because it's too funny.
It's too funny. I mean, you needed a visual image of that thing.
Now, Keegan, I know you were really looking forward to playing Santa this year, but we want Black Santa. Black woman Santa. So, Amala, you are our new Santa.
So the joke is that like, imagine if a black woman was like in like a Santa type role.
But he's the guy. He's the guy that I know.
And he has to be white always.
Yes, that would be normal.
Yeah, that's normal Santa. That's default Santa.
Let me hit you with this take. What if Santa, but all fucked up? What if a girl?
Yeah, dude, this is like first grade humor.
It's literally like cooties humor.
I don't even want to be Santa. Honestly, like, the suit's way too big, and if anybody sits on me, they're gonna crush me.
Amala, no fat shaming here. Doing this is a tough job, all right? Fighting for racial injustice. So just suck it up and do it for your people.
Is the pitch racism doesn't exist? Or, sorry, institutional racism is not a problem. But the people who think that it is also are racist as well.
Systemically, yeah.
Systemic? No, like no. Oh, I mean, all learned by chance.
Their argument, I think, is that the only real racism is the hyper individual interactions you have with a coworker who is overtly, extremely racist to you in a liberal way, not in like they'll just call you the N-word. That doesn't happen in real life.
They're not allowed to. That's a crime.
Hey, where are you guys going? Guys, we have important things to discuss, mostly gender theory and CRT. Get back here. If you leave now, Christmas party is canceled. Holiday party is canceled.
I want everyone in that room to define what critical race theory is.
Or what CRT stands for.
Yeah.
Cool race time. But can I just say,
Yeah.
I remember back at the Patreon office, we used to have a poster up with the logo and the name of the company in case we forgot where we were. So we made sure that in the conference room there would be a big our own merch in case they didn't know what we were doing.
Do you think Dennis Prager put that there himself?
Yeah, because it's like, I know that I'm here and I know that I'm racist.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what I'm doing. Prager me or Prager you?
On the other side of the wall, there's like daily racist affirmations.
They are that way. They do that.
Jordan, where can the people at home find you? Your address, your phone number.
Go lie down, manifest my presence. I'll meet you in a lucid dream, and I'll tell you a bunch of funny jokes about a fucking Jubilee video or something.
Awesome.
John Adika everywhere in the world. It's fine. The things I do are fine. Hard cut on my face here, slow zoom.